Cardinals Corner from Arizona Sports.
Cardinals Corner from Arizona Sports with Tyler Drake and Lauren Koval.
What's going on, Bird Gang? Welcome back for another round of Cardinals Corner, and we are very, very close to getting to training camp. But before we get there, I decided we had to bring in the one and only Ron Wolfley to dive into some of the biggest position battles that we're heading into. So, Wolfley, how we doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good. Always jacked up this time of year, Ty, once again, and knowing that the dew point, have you felt the dew point? It is coming up, and that means monsoon. And monsoon can only mean one thing. Training camp is right upon us, and here it is, man. We are getting ready, to just over, I believe it's 10 days now. Yeah. We're going to be going into training camp. This is really, truly a special time of year for me as we prepare for the blood sport.
Do you have any, when you think about training camp, do you have any big flashbacks that you go back to when in the preparation for it?
Yeah, don't get me started on this, because yes, absolutely I do. My first year I was here, I got hit with a monsoon with a CJ7 that had a bikini top on it. Okay, and I'm talking about the wall of dirt. That was my experience. That was my introduction to summertime in Phoenix as I was driving up to Flagstaff, got waylaid by a wall of dust 300 feet high.
Oh,
okay. So,
goodness.
Okay. I don't know if that was.
That was definitely, especially after we got some rain last night.
Here we go.
Yeah, I got the dust storm last night too. Before we dive into these position battles, though, I want to give a quick shout out to Jeremiah Love. He had this really cool New Balance event, kind of honoring his new campaign, All You Need Is Love, and his For Love Foundation, and just another example of a guy who's really already got it all together, it seems to me. Just off the field, a very good dude. Was able to chat with him a little bit one-on-one. Just overall, I continue to be impressed with how this guy presents himself to the media, how he presents himself in general. He seems like he's very much interested in not only saying he wants to give back, but doing it. He's already been doing it. And then you talk to him about the football field. He says himself, that's his true self on the football field. Yes. When he can hit people, he can go crazy, show some aggression off the field, very chill. But I just wanted to give a shout out to him. But yeah, I
just want to jump in on that.
Yeah.
The one position, never forget this, the one position that you can really make a contribution, I think, as a rookie is running back. I also think edge as well. You can an edge player on the defensive side of the ball, but a running back. Oh man, so much of what they're doing is just their natural ability.
Yep. And that's one reason why I was like, oh man, there's not a young edge rusher in this position group.
That's right.
There is, but it's not that rookie moldable guy. Right. So let's dive into it.
Hey, Rook.
Welcome to the NFL. Let's go through our top 3 biggest position battles. And let's start with number 3 for you.
Okay. First of all, let me just say this. Because
and also, it's great having you on the show, man. It's great having you on the show.
I've got to parachute in from 30,000 feet. So first of all, I think the most contested room, the position room on the roster is cornerback. I don't think it's even close. I think this is going to be huge. And we're going to get into this in detail, of course. That's number 1. I think the most personal battle is at right guard.
Yeah.
Between Isaiah Adams, of course, and Chase Besantis. A 3rd-round pick and a 2nd-round pick. Oh, boy. 2 young guys going at it. This is going to be really, really interesting. That, to me, is fascinating at that position, okay? And then, of course, it's quarterback to me once again, because we all know that Jacoby Brissett is the guy who's the most experienced guy. He should win the job, but quarterback is going to be a position battle that is going to evolve through training camp, through preseason, and into the regular season. So those 3 areas, that's what I want to touch on.
Yeah, definitely. For me, I'm starting at right guard. That's number 3 for me.
Oh, it was.
Because when you think about it, you've got Isaiah Adams, who, again, entering camp last year, going through camp, he was one of those guys that he was a standout. Everybody thought, hey, he's going to fill in really well. Week 1 starter. Will Hernandez was still going through his injury stuff. He can be that guy. And I think towards the end of the season, we saw a little bit more out of him. But that beginning of the year, he did not live up to expectations. So that's why right there, him and Chase Besantis, it's going to be an open competition. And Chase Besantis, you listen to the guy, he's very, very quiet. But when you see him on the field, he looks like he just has that looks like he's vibrating for
Yes.
how much he wants to put other people in the dirt.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I think that is definitely going to be the most interesting. I'm going to follow that. Like day one, that's where I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going
Yeah.
to the offensive linemen and with the offensive linemen to actually check them on the field because I am fascinated with this battle right here. Isaiah Adams is a guy, he's going into his third year. You got Chase Basantis, who is a rookie. Can I tell you right now, two young guys trying to develop. Isaiah Adams truly has the advantage on this right now, Ty.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it because this is a guy that's going into year 3, a guy that has had some experience at this level. But Chase Basantis, as a rookie, this is going to be fascinating because I would say this, other than quarterback, the most difficult position you could come into the National Football League from college and start, offensive line. Offensive line, very, very tough to do it. It is complex. I know everyone thinks that offensive linemen, the butt guts, and these guys are 340 pounds.
They don't
and they're
move
out there,
much.
the big dumb guys, and they go out there and they try to block people. And listen, it is anything but. You've got so many different schemes that are being used up front, and those schemes can change in an instant. They can stem and change in an instant and change your assignment in an instant as well. And then you've got to work with somebody else next to you, especially at the guard position. You've always got somebody to your left, and you've always got somebody to your right. Okay, so you've got to work with these guys. And that makes it really, really difficult because you have to work seamlessly with these guys. And a rookie comes in, he's trying to learn technique all over again, trying to learn a lot of different things. So that's going to be really, really challenging for Chase Basantis. Yet at the same time, this guy's got a brawler attitude
he does.
that I love.
Yeah.
And I know that you also, we have talked to you about this before. I know you love it too. I think this is a guy that has the capability of starting week 1. We'll have to wait and see. And by the way, Isaiah Adams, you're ready to step up and ball out because Isaiah Adams is a guy that has talent to do this and get the job done at right guard. This is going to be personal between these two guys. I don't mean in a personal, I hate you kind of way. I just mean it's going to be very, very close as to who's going to win that job at right guard.
And I don't think it's just going to be us watching that either. I think there's going to be teammates locked in on that battle to see day in and day out who's getting the upper hand just from every practice. It's going to be one of those big things that everybody watches. And I mean, hey, he's coming out of the SEC. He's got 36 games under his belt in college.
It's not like he's going to be shocked at the talent level. He's not going to be shocked.
So that might help right there.
Yes.
And so that's going to be the big thing. And then number 2 for me, you mentioned it, cornerback, because there is some competition in that room. It has gone from, all right, this could be a weakness to where it looks a lot better than it did a year ago.
Oh, my
Exponentially.
Goodness. Oh, my goodness. It really is. This is the most contested room, the cornerback room on this roster. And, man, it is so good. It is so good to see this. You got CB1 and Will Johnson. You
Easily.
feel like you're really,
Check.
really good with Will Johnson. Oh, my goodness. This guy might be here for the next 12, 13 years. Seriously. This guy is that good, CB1. And then you've got Garrett Williams at the nickel corner. Now, Garrett Williams coming off an injury, of course, but everyone says, oh my goodness, they're talking about him being ready to go week 1. Okay.
Huge win if that's the case. Huge win.
Can you imagine, Ty, how awesome that would be? Garrett Williams is one of these guys, too, by the way, who is more safety than he is corner.
Yes.
Okay. He sees route combinations and he jumps route combinations. And he's one of these guys that gets his hands on the pig a lot. I love Garrett Williams. Super smart guy. He's going to be your nickel corner. Having said that, here's CB2. Okay. Oh my goodness. We got 4 guys. I think 4 guys, Ty, that will compete for CB2. You got Denzel Burke. Oh my goodness, Denzel Burke. Don't just forget about Denzel Burke.
Led the team in interceptions and passes defense last year.
What did you say, Ty? What?
Led the team in interceptions and passes defense last year.
Oh my goodness.
Underrated.
Very underrated, Denzel Burke, and the job that he did. Having said that, you got Star Thomas and you got Sean Murphy Bunting. and you have Max Melton. Do not give up on Max Melton either. Do not forget about Max Melton, because there was a time when Max Melton was your starting quarterback and he was developing. A second-round pick, I might add. Never forget that. This is a kid that had an awful lot of talent coming out and has talent right now. Those 4 guys, I think, are going to be battling for one spot, CB2. And that makes it the most contentious position room on the roster.
Yeah, so for me, with Garrett Williams, like I know the hope is week 1, but if he can't go, S&B moves into your nickel spot. So for me, I'm looking more at 3 guys for that outside boundary spot. So I'm looking at Denzel Burke, I'm looking at Starling Thomas, and I'm looking at Max Melton. I
want to go positive. Garrett Williams plays week 1.
No, I would love to. I would love to. I would love to. I would love to be positive. Like, I'd love to. I'm going to go a little bit more just in case. Little gray area still there. Okay. But when I look at those 3, Denzel Burke is number 1 in my book because of just what he did last year. You cannot take a guy who led your team in those stats I just mentioned, interception to pass defense, and keep him on the sideline. Unless somebody plays better than him. I mean, Starling Thomas was very much in that starting rotation last year until he went down with that torn ACL. So he could very much be in that mix again. And then Max Melton, obviously last year was a little weird. I think that's a good way to describe Max Melton's season last year. Went from a starter to kind of non-existent, got some special teams reps. He could be a return. Could be a return guy potentially this year too. He did get a little bit of love from the special teams coach. So that's something to watch too if he doesn't pan out as that starter. But for me, it goes Denzel Burke, Starling, and then Max in that order for who I think is probably going to come out on top in that battle.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Max Melton is a guy that I don't know what happened to him. I expected him to really take off last year, and that never happened. So a lot of times, and I'm just saying this, I'm not saying this is the case with Max Melton. I want to be very, very clear on this. I have no idea. But a lot of times, life sometimes gets in the way of your professional career. A lot of times, personal matters might actually get in the way. I have no idea. Every player has always got to balance life with his profession and what he's doing out on the football field. Every human being, frankly, has to do that. So having said that, once again, there's always the wild card of being human that comes into play for these guys and their development as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. One more, number 1 on my list. You already said it too, quarterback. Because, hey, Jacoby Brissett might have been told he's the week 1 starter, reportedly. But you haven't been around. Gardner Minshew has gone to town, has worked with these guys a lot. You've got Carson Beck waiting in the wings. As much as I think that Jacoby Brissett is still the expected week 1 starter, there's some wiggle room there. I could see Gardner. I could see somebody could shock the world and take that week 1 spot.
Yeah, it's
interesting because I think it's also going to come down to contract.
Yeah, this is fascinating to me because of the contract situation. It's a business. We're talking about professional football. You have to talk about it. You're talking about the biggest mercenary league on the face of the planet, okay? So Jacoby Brissett wants to be paid like a starter. I don't understand why the Arizona Cardinals, this is just me. I'm sure they have a good reason. I'm sure they have a great reason, as a matter of fact. But for me, I don't understand why they just don't say, we're going to open it up. This is going to be a competition. We're opening up the quarterback room because we want to find out about this Carson Beck guy. We need to do that. Gardner Minshew is a known commodity. He is, and I've got a lot of respect and love for Jacoby Brissett and Gardner Minshew. As backup quarterbacks, they have been pretty much career backup quarterbacks. These guys they can play. They can flat out play as a backup. You've got known commodities in Gardner Minshew and Jacoby Brissett. You have an unknown commodity in Carson Beck. Yeah, Carson Beck has all the talent that he needs to go out and perform and play. You almost have to find out about Carson Beck before you go into the 2027 draft and draft a quarterback. And we all know the Arizona Cardinals are Exhibit A when it comes to a team that needs a quarterback going into 2027. No offense to Jacoby Brissett or Gardner Minshew. No offense whatsoever, because again, these guys are professional football players and have been for a long time. They've had great careers as backups. Now all of a sudden you got this wild card in Carson Beck. Okay, does he have all the ability to actually play at this level? Yes, he does. There's no denying that. Okay, you might say, well, he doesn't have that rocket arm, Wolf. Well, listen, there's been a lot of quarterbacks that haven't had a rocket arm that, by the way, are in the Hall of Fame right now. Isn't that right, Joe Montana?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Yep.
You need a lot more to play the position than just a rocket arm. And I think Carson Beck is one of these guys who's got a ton of experience.
Yeah.
Don't we want to find out about this guy? Well, you know what? The best way to do that would be, if he can play, to run him out there week one. Forget about Jacoby Brissett and Gardner Minshew at this point in time. I'm just saying, if you wanted to find out about a kid, the best way you could find out if does this kid have any possibility of being QB1 for us for the next decade?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, if he goes out and plays well. And all of a sudden, you start him in week one and you see how he progresses. You see the entire season. There's going to be ups and downs in a season. How does he recover from it?
Mm-hmm.
If you truly want to find out about this Carson Beck, give him a big sample size so that he can go out and develop as well. Not just 6 games or 5 games to develop. I'm talking about an entire season if he's capable of doing it. If he understands the offense and he knows how to execute it and he's capable of doing it, let him go out and do it and see where your chips fall. By the way, the Dallas Cowboys did this in 2016 with a 4th-round pick in Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott started week 1. When Tony Romo went down with a bad back, Prescott started week 1. And what happened? Well, he went out simply and lit up the world as a 4th-round pick. Hey, you know what? Maybe Carson Beck could do the same thing. But again, I understand you got to have an open competition. May the best man win.
Yeah. Yeah, it's clearly a lot of people want to see that big sample size. They need to see that sample size. Like, it's got to be double-digit starts for me. Even if he's not a week 1 guy, it still has to be double digits, because you cannot go into 27 with a potentially very high draft pick not knowing exactly what you have out of Carson.
Is there any possibility, Ty, that Carson Beck could prove that, hey, you know what, I'm the guy?
Yeah, absolutely. In training camp, he could.
Does it happen?
I mean,
yes.
he's got 50. He played 55 college games.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. And yes, it's a different game. He was sitting here with us saying how different the NFL is. But at the same time, you go in there with that kind of experience, that kind of knowledge of ball. Yeah. Stuff's going to translate. And if you get the chance, if you get that first team 7-on-7, 11-on-11, and you go out there and start dropping dimes. Yes. It might not even be a conversation.
No, you're right about that, Ty. This is really, really good, man. Once again, too, look at the talent offensively that would be around him. Jeremiah Love. And now listen, once again, I expect Jeremiah Love to be in the Rookie of the Year conversation. If he stays healthy and we're in December, we're going to be talking about the possibility of Rookie of the Year. Well, James Conner, would you say James Conner knows what he's doing? Would you say he's a pretty good Oh, my goodness. James Conner is talented.
Tyler Algier.
Are
the
you
best RB2 that you could have as a compliment.
You've got Michael Wilson, 1,000-yard receiver from last year. Marvin Harrison Jr., I think a very motivated Marvin Harrison Jr. And a very talented Marvin Harrison Jr. And then, oh, by the way, you just happen to have maybe the best tight end in the National Football League. Yeah. Is there talent at the skill position around the quarterback? Yes. And that's what makes it very interesting to me. And the possibility is there that Carson Beck could indeed go out and light it up if given the opportunity. When I say light it up, too, it's within the context of a rookie.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. Well, there's top 3. I'm going to give you a couple honorable mentions, though.
Okay, good. Right. I like this. Honorable mention.
Right tackle.
Right tackle.
I know everybody's talking about Elijah Wilkinson being the guy. Does Josh Fryer step in and give him a run for his money?
Yeah.
That's going to be an interesting one.
I know. Elijah Wilkinson, I think, has just got a lot more experience right now than Fryer. And yet at the same time, I would agree with you. I think that is going to be an open position battle. And this is one of the cool things about it. we're going to be able to watch it. We're all going to have a front row seat and to be able to make that determination. And I would say early as opposed to later. I don't see this being a position battle all the way through the 4-game preseason. Nope. And oh, by the way, what a great year to have 4 preseason games.
Absolutely.
Are you kidding me? For Mike LaFleur, a brand new coach coming in here, trying to instill his culture, of course, and the schemes. And oh, by the way, we've got this young rookie. And by the way, I also believe 2026 is about player development.
Oh, absolutely.
More than anything else, player development within the Mike LaFleur scheme and culture. Oh, my goodness. What a great year to have 4 preseason games.
Oh, yeah. Defensive line. Andrew Billings.
Okay.
Versus Roy Lopez. Little nose tackle action.
Yeah.
I think it's Roy's.
Yeah.
But Andrew Billings, when you see this dude on the practice field, it's a holy cow. Like, you can see him from a mile away.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that. Roy Lopez is a guy that I just got a ton of respect for this guy. I really do. And it's not that I don't have a ton of respect for Billings at all, okay? But I'm just talking about this guy as a pro. Roy Lopez, I think, is a pro. In fact, I know that he's a pro. He's a guy that's going to show up and he's going to give you everything. Dog.
Yeah.
You dog, Roy Lopez. He's going to show up and give you everything he's got. And oh, by the way, if he does that, the Cardinals are going to be so much better against the run this year than they were last year.
Absolutely. Safety. Rabbit versus Dewey. I think it's Rabbits, but you've got that veteran in Andrew Wingard. It could be very interesting. There's going to be plenty of 3 safety sets, but I think when it comes down to who's going to be next to Buddha more times than not, I think it's going to be Rabbit.
Yeah, I know that's an excellent choice. I would say Rabbit as well. This guy is fascinating to me. He's a guy that is a young guy developing still, and I think he's still developing, but he's very similar to Jalen Thompson. To me, he's very...
No, yeah, he is. He is.
Okay, so you agree
I agree. I agree, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, here's a guy that you could line up sometimes that they have as a nickel corner in the slot, and yet a guy that also plays off the ball and can play center of the field, and a guy also that understands the game very much like Garrett Williams as the nickel corner. This guy is the same way. He can decipher route combinations and does a really good job of jumping route combinations and getting his hands on the pig.
Yep. All right, edge rusher. Of these 4, is there going to be any kind of movement, or is it Zaven's job? B.J. Ojulari, Zaven, Baron Browning, Jordan Birch.
Zaven Collins.
That's what I think too.
Yeah, you think that as well?
I think B.J. Ojulari could work his way in there because he's more of that pure pass rusher.
Yeah.
But what Zaven can bring coverage-wise and everything, obviously you've got to have somebody that's going to get you more than 2 sacks outside of Joshua.
Yes.
And I mean, Calais Campbell's gone too. There's 6 more sacks out the door. So you've got to find somebody that's going to be able to bring you, 7, 8, 9?
Hey, Darius, can I talk to you?
Yeah. Yeah,
Can I
exactly.
talk to you? And by the way, Walter Nolan, the 3 technique, Basinonians, the 3 technique. Get ready, because a lot of quarterbacks might have to run, if you know what I mean. He is. Walter Nolan, the 3 technique,
he's going to be
the biggest wild card going into the 2026 season on the defensive side of the ball. If you tell me that he stays healthy, I will tell you that he is going to develop into a powerhouse.
Yes.
He's going to develop into a force based on what we saw from him last year. This guy has all the ability and the skill and the talent. Do you have the dog in you, Walter Nolan, the 3 technique? That's what do you have the dog to go out and do it week after week after week as a 3 technique, the most destructive force in the football universe?
He made it look easy for a rookie in the games that we got to see. And that's going to be the biggest thing. I have no doubts of his abilities on the field.
Yeah.
Availability is what I'm watching.
Yes, I know.
If he can stay on the field, there is no doubt in my mind he could pick up some of the slack that Calais left behind.
Listen, I will say this, Walter. Get a lot of calf massages, okay?
Yep.
It's going into training camp.
Yep. Inside linebacker. This is a sneaky one too. Cody Simon, Jack Gibbons. I think it's Cody Simons. He got plenty of run last year, stepped into that Mike Backer role alongside with Mac Wilson sideline. But I think with Mac back, that's going to be the guy next to him more times than not, Cody Simon. But Jack is coming off of a pretty solid season with the Patriots.
Yeah, he is. And everything that I can decipher about Jack Gibbons, too, is very interesting. He's really smart.
Yeah.
he's like this really, really smart guy. Now, Cody Simon is as well, yet at the same time, this guy is coming from a defense that really counts on having a lot of smart people. Having said that, it's going to be interesting to see just how he develops in that weak side inside. But they need Cody Simon. If it's going to be Cody Simon, they're going to need Cody Simon to play better. And I think Cody be the first one to say that.
I agree. All right, well, those were my honorable mentions.
Man, those are good.
We had our top 3. I think we got a lot to watch this training camp. And let's be honest, the expectations for this team are not great.
No.
Like you mentioned, it's going to be much more about development. So if you can have some people that absolutely slam the door in some of these position battles, it's not only going to help you this year, it's going to help you long term. And obviously, quarterback's a little bit of difference. There's an asterisk there because, Gardner Minshew, Jacoby Brissett aren't going to be the long-term options. They shouldn't be.
No.
You've got to have Carson Beck, or you have to have to be named later be your guy.
Yes.
That's your franchise options right there for now. But looking at everything else, I mean, if Rabbit can really slide into that role that Jalen had and take it over for the same amount of years, I mean, Jalen came in 2019 and seemed like he was an automatic starter. You can pull something off like that. That's a huge win. If Chase Bisontis can get the confidence to step in and be that right guard, if Isaiah Adams can take a step forward and be a swing guard.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of potential that you can alleviate a lot of issues here. I mean, right tackle, I think, is still going to have to be figured out next offseason.
Yes, and also, too, can I just jump in here and say this? This may not be a competition. This may not be one of the big battles, position battles in training camp. But you tell me our eyes are not going to be all over Jeremiah Love in that running back room.
Yes.
Or you tell me that is not going to be the case in 4 preseason games. Not 1, not 2, not 3, 4 preseason games. Jeremiah Love and the development of Jeremiah Love. And oh, by the way, Basinonians, you may want to see how many reps Carson Beck actually gets with Jeremiah Love.
Yes.
Okay, how many reps is he actually getting with him? Oh, they're running to that mesh point on the stretch.
Yep.
How many reps are they going to get together? I don't know, but that might be a little cheat code as to what's going on.
So that was in my honorable mentions.
Oh.
But I didn't know how to bring it up because obviously I think a lot of people expect Jeremiah Love to be the guy, RB1. So it really comes down to Tyler Algier versus James Conner versus maybe Trey Benson. But I don't think I think you're cutting it off after Conner.
Wow, Trey Benson.
And you give Tyler
got all that talent.
I know.
He's big. He's got size. He's got raw talent.
So that makes me think also, though, they clearly are going in a different direction at running back. You have James Conner, Trey Benson as 2 trade pieces that you could potentially have out there for a contending team or somebody that wants to boost their run game. You go showcase Trey Benson a little bit. You go showcase James Conner a little bit. You get out of there because in my mind, they've got the Bijan Robinson 2.0 type of backfield. They've got the Jeremiah Love, Tyler Algier pairing that worked so well in Atlanta with Tyler Algier being that RB2. Like it to me, there's not really a competition, but you have to include James Conner still. He's still on the team.
Not even
He's
close.
a leader.
He's a mentor. That is the one guy that I want. I want in that running back room sitting there with Jeremiah Love.
Okay.
Just kind of acting like that, that uncle figure.
Exactly,
Your favorite uncle, of course. And, just the fact that he could be a mentor to this young guy that is going to be going through a lot of things and juggling a lot of balls at the same time. So I would love to actually see James Conner here because of his influence more than anything else. But, oh, by the way, still run over your face.
Yep.
Still.
And I would not be mad whatsoever if the Cardinals did right by James Conner. They knew he wasn't going to be in the plans. They sent him to a contender.
Yeah.
I'd love to see his career go down that path. If that's where they have to end up going, if that's the end result for what he is here, I would love to see him go to a contender because I think he could bring some juice to them.
My preference would be that he stays and mentors Jeremiah Love.
Yeah, that'd be great too.
Yeah.
I'd love that too. All right, well, That was a lot.
All right,
I
man.
appreciate you stopping by, bro.
Well, we'll do this again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay,
Oh, yeah,
great.
absolutely. We should have done it a long time ago.
Thank you, man.
But we got a lot of stuff going on. We got crazy schedules, but I'm
love it,
glad we
man.
were able to get
yeah.
in here and glad we were able to chop it up. And yeah, we got about a week left, and we're right into it. We're going to be drinking from a fire hose just like everybody else, and I'll do it with a smile.
Bring it on.
Bring it on. Well, that's it for us. You can follow the show at AZ Cards Corner. Follow me at T-Drake for sports. Wolf, what's your ad on Twitter? Is it Wolf987?
Yeah, Wolf987
Boom, got
FM.
it.
Boom.
Follow him. And follow the show, Arizona Sports, local sports leader. Catch you next time.